It's summer, my least favorite season. I've been trying to find things to enjoy about this time, and I've mostly been failing. I just did a summer ween video a couple of weeks ago, but you know, there's a couple of things I enjoy. Whoa, it's a yellow watermelon. Last night it was like 9 o'clock and it was still kind of light outside. I've been eating like a third of a watermelon a day. They're just so good right now. That's about it. But you know what would be another thing that I would actually enjoy? Some cute summery pieces that I made from 100% thrifted fabrics. So we are continuing on with my series of making something in 7 days, and this time it's summer edition. So I'll be attempting to sew my summer wardrobe in 7 days. And we're going to start with shorts, my mortal enemy. I'm kidding, I have some short overalls that I made out of an old pair of overalls that I really like. I have a pair of shorts in 2 different colors that I wear all the time. The problem is that they're all really casual. So I'm hoping that I can make 2 pairs of shorts that are a little bit more versatile, that I can dress up, dress down. I was going to originally give myself 2 days to make these 2 shorts, but I'm actually wondering if I can make them in a day. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I can. The problem will be, will I enjoy them at the end? Will I like these shorts that I make? Because I do not like most shorts. Okay, let's get into the designs of the things that I'm working on this weekend. Okay, so here are the basic designs. I'm hoping to make 6 pieces in 7 days at this point, comprising of 2 quote-unquote shorts. You'll see why I'm saying it like that in a second. 2 tops, 1 pair of pants, and a dress. For day 1, we'll be focusing on the 2 shorts. First up, I've always been a skort fan. I haven't had one since I was a kid, but I've always loved them, and I hope people still consider them to be shorts. I personally think a skort is a subset of a short, kind of like the question, is a hot dog a sandwich type of thing. And the pattern I found is the Sunrise Skort by Jessie Lou Patterns. Sorry if I got that pronunciation wrong. And the reason why I'm so excited about this pattern is because there's an option to add a back skirt panel. And for my second pair of shorts, I'm gonna make these boxer shorts by Matchy Matchy Sewing. And I just thought this was like an elevated pair of boxers with added slits and bows on the side. Hey, it's Editing Brie here. I meant to say this in my intro, but I always forget to say one thing in my intro, so I'll say it here instead. This time the challenge is going to be a little different. I usually will cut out the pattern pieces and sew on the same day, but honestly, that is my least favorite part of the sewing process. And I was having a hard time getting started, but I was excited about this challenge. So I went ahead and just did all of the cutting out of the fabric on a different day, and I'm not counting it as my time. And instead I added on a sixth design to kind of even it out a little bit, to make it more comparable to my other challenges that I've done. I know I'm always a big advocate on here for like being kind to yourself and to remember that this is supposed to be like a hobby and something you enjoy. And we've kind of gamified sewing here on YouTube, and that's okay because I enjoy that part of it. I've done so many challenges on here, but just a reminder that if you need to be kinder to yourself and go a little bit easier on yourself, please do that. I did it, and that's what helped me get started on this challenge, and I'm having so much fun. But anyway, let's finally get to the video. So I found this denim looking twill remnant on Etsy, and it was literally the perfect amount for this. In fact, when I was laying this all out, I didn't lay it out in the best way that I could have. And so for the waistband of the shorts, which is an addition by me, I had to do it on a different fabric. So I'm making a couple of changes to this pattern. First, I made the shorts in skirt 2 inches longer. Even though I'm not that tall, my thigh line is pretty long, so I always need shorts to be a little bit on the longer side. And I'm also going to take the zipper out of the pattern and make the shorts elasticated instead. The final look shouldn't be that different because the skirt will be covering up the waistband anyway. So when I was cutting out the shorts, all I did was take that width of the hip and extend it all the way up to the waistline so that it could fit over my hips instead of tapering the waist down like the original pattern does. I don't believe the original pattern has this extra top stitching on the rise, but ever since I made my first pair of pants last year, I noticed how terrified I am that they're gonna rip. So from now on, I'll be doing this extra step with every pair of pants or shorts so that I'm not so anxious. Here's my first change to the pattern, which is the addition of an elastic waist. I first attached this extra waistband that I cut out just by tracing out the waist area of the shorts and making it 3 inches wide, since I'll be needing an extra ½ inch to connect at the top and then another one to turn it under at the bottom. I then turned it to the inside of the fabric and then folded it under and stitched in order to make a channel for the elastic. You could definitely put the entirety of the shorts together and then do the elastic all in one step, but I did the front and back panels separately. I've always struggled with my elastic flipping within my waistbands, and recently I've been seeing sewists adding these rows of stitching to keep it down. I've tried it a couple of times by this point, and I finally realized an important tip. I always keep my elastic quite loose for comfort reasons, but if you're going to add this top stitching, be sure to make your elastic slightly tighter than you think you'll need. It stretches out the elastic slightly, and if you've already made it loose like I do, the elastic will not be stretchy enough. I had to go back in and actually add some like little pleats at the waistline afterwards because I made the elastic too loose after stitching on top of it. Okay, so the front and back short part of this skort is done. It looks like it's gonna end up being a little bit long, but I'm glad I made it longer. I think it's gonna end up being 6 inches instead of 7 inches long. I'm gonna make it an inch shorter. The other thing that I think I'm gonna do, I've been deliberating over this like literally all week, just kind of thinking about it and mulling over it. And this morning, I think I decided not to do it, but then I went and had breakfast as my break and I've changed my mind once again. So in the original, I think it's actually the left side, you put all 4 layers together. That way you can have a pocket on the left side. I think what I'm gonna do instead is put the shorts together and put the right pocket in, and then put the skirt panel together separately and put the left pocket into that seam, and then just sew them together, like top stitch them together at the top. I think I'll like that look better, first of all. And second of all, it won't have such a bulky seam. I just think it will make for a nicer line on the left side for me and my body type. I'm gonna put the shorts together, try them on, make sure they fit, and then we can move on to the skirt section. So I did what I mentioned before, where I put the shorts together and put on a pocket on the open side, and then put the skirt together separately and put the other pocket on that closed side. Okay, here's another change I made. The original pattern calls for a self-lined skirt, and I feel like this fabric is too heavy for that, and I didn't have enough extra fabric anyway. So since originally it would kind of be a self-finished skirt, instead I took the ties and lengthened them so it would all be one long piece, and that is going to serve as a tiny little waistband in order to finish that top edge. I then attached it as if it was bias tape. I then hemmed the skirt to the same length as the shorts. Lastly, I attached the skirt to the shorts by top stitching near the side seams, and with that, the first pair of shorts is done. Okay, for the second pair of shorts, I thrifted this bedsheet set, and because it was a bedsheet set, I have one whole sheet left, plus what I have here. I thought it would make for an interesting pair of boxers while still giving off like a boxer vibe. Unlike the skort, I didn't make many changes to this pattern. All I did was lengthen it by 2 inches, as I did with my previous shorts, so it was a lot more straightforward. I once again added the top stitching on the rise of the shorts for extra stability. I really loved the addition of the slit in this design, but since I'd made the shorts longer, I moved that slit down by a couple of inches. Now, one mistake I made with this elastic was my elastic is 1/2 inch wider than what the pattern called for, and I do think that messed with the silhouette a bit. I don't think that caused all of my problems that I have with the fit of these, which I'll talk about after I show you. This time though, I did perfect the size of the elastic and the top stitching that goes over it. The last step was to add the bows to the sides, which is the cutest addition and was pretty easy to do. And with that, both shorts are done. I got all that done in one day. When we got to the second pair, I was kind of scared that we weren't, but we did it. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. That was a lot more sewing than I thought it was going to be. But let's discuss my final thoughts on both of these shorts. The yellow pair is okay. It's fine. I like them. There's just a couple of things about them that, specifically the fit, that I just don't love on me. I could see this being so cute on people with different body types than me. Some short styles just don't work with what I like on my own body personally. There's nothing wrong with these shorts. The pattern was great. It's just personal fit issues that I have. I really like the bows. They are such a cute addition, and I really like the fabric that I picked. They're nice and light and comfy for summer. There's something going on at the, like, I don't even know what those are called, like thigh brow areas, like the thigh where your thigh meets your hip. There's something going on there. I don't know what that is. There's a little bit of blousing there. The only thing I could think of is that the waistband ended up being a little too short, but it doesn't look that. It's only that way at the center front. I don't know. I think that's why, is the center front's a little bit shorter on me than the sides are. I think I would wear those really casually, but that wasn't really the purpose. I wanted slightly fancier pairs of shorts. It's actually really funny. In the skort version of these videos, I made a dress that I said was too fancy, and now I don't think these shorts are fancy enough. I don't think you can make me happy. But let's talk about the skort, which I hope you consider to be shorts. shorts. This is so cute. I really like this a lot. It is so close to being perfect, and if I made one change, I would really love it. So I think I'm gonna have to try to change it by the end of this series, and that is the slight draping towards the tie. And that is because the waist was still a little bit too large, even with the couple of things that I did to make the waist a little bit smaller. I did go back in and take in the elasticated shorts a little bit. So those are loose, but they're not too loose anymore. It's still the skort waist is just a little bit too wide. If this was a lightweight fabric, I wouldn't have had a problem with the draping. It would have looked purposeful, but because this is a medium weight denim, well, it's actually twill, a medium weight twill, it just doesn't drape in a way that looks purposeful. So what I think I'm gonna do is add just a little dart, like an inch or two away from the beginning of the tie. And I'll do that on both the front and back skirt sections. And I think that will fix it, and then it'll be perfect because I love everything else about it. It is so comfy, it is so cute. I cannot wear. I feel like this would be perfect for fall too. Oh, so cute with like a pair of tights underneath it. Ooh, cute. Overall, pretty happy. I can still wear the first shorts in like a casual way, and the second skort ended up being pretty close to perfect with just a couple of fixes that I need to make. You guys seem to love these videos a lot, and I really love them too. They're just so much fun. And this was a really fun challenge. It was difficult to get both of these done in one day, but it was definitely doable. So I hope you stick around for this series. It's one of my favorite things to make. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe so that you can see more from me, and also liking and commenting help me out so much. I hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you back here next time. Bye.